Lou?
What's going on, Nancy?
Well, boy, I call this emergency meeting because I have a situation on my hand. This situation goes back a long way, Something that has been, revolving in my mind.
What, and you never talked to me about it before?
And you partially know some of it, but I feel it's time to really embrace the subject. I feel the subject will help a lot of men and women. Okay?
Mm.
Yesterday, you had me cooking.
Yes.
Today, you had me washing. So I starting to feel like a henpecked man. I really feel like a henpecked man.
And you're matching my jersey, eh?
Yes.
You're matching my jersey.
Now you said I have my clothes and I have your clothes.
And,
So I mean,
and not only that, you have me here on your
Are you here there?
Yeah.
Would I part of the hat?
That's why you're on the hat. You're a henpecked boy.
Does it like you?
But if you wear my hat and it matches my jersey.
But let me tell you something, girl.
What are you going on with you?
Let me tell you how this thing started. Years ago, we had a visitor from overseas here.
Right, I remember that.
This lady come here. She see me in the kitchen. She see me washing the dishes. She see me helping to set the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
She see me, afterwards, cleaning up the place, sweeping up the place.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
And the lady look at me in front of you and say, you look like you're henpecked.
And you remember what I tell her?
What you tell her?
I said no, he not handpicked, he was handpicked.
Well, shake my hand for that.
Gosh man, you know how to stick your side.
Very nice, very nice. Very nice of you. But this question of being henpecked is a serious one. Let me tell you something. Men believe that they should really be macho. When we got married in 1971.
Hey, you remember good what year, man?
It was that year, right?
52 years, almost 52 years, remember what year?
About 6 months after I got married to you.
Uh-huh.
Some of my friends come home. We living in St. Anne's.
Yeah. But tell me that.
So I take out the bottle, decide to give them a drink or two to celebrate my marriage to Louise.
Yeah.
And in the midst of, downing the drink, one fella turned to me and he say, so when you're ready for the deputy now, when you're going to start with the deputy? And I say, partners, I know marry a nice woman, you talking about a deputy already, boy? He said, yes, when you're ready with the deputy. Now, a lot of young people getting married sometimes believe that they shouldn't give up a certain lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But that is not the answer to a proper marriage. Okay, so people make mistakes along the way. Right? But it's nice to come to the place where you come to the place where you accept that this woman, this man is my husband, my wife, and I need to really fulfill the vows that we have undertaken.
Definitely.
So when this woman step into our space and say, you are henpecked,
Yeah.
she was interfering many years after our marriage with something that pertains to a lifestyle we had developed.
Yeah.
Now, if I was stupid enough to feel that way and withdraw from helping you,
Yeah.
okay? So what
Where
if
would we have been today?
Well, boy, I don't know, with the hands. Right? But let me tell you something. So if you, as a left-hander, have a little problem sweeping, and I am sweeping, and somebody come and say, but that's a woman's job. They're kind of interfering in a space that they don't belong.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? No.
They say the third person is make the problem,
The third person does make the problem. Right? I don't hold your hand there because there's a little busy lady. And
Well, I don't mind you holding my hand.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the other day, they asked me if I still like to hold hands.
Yeah,
And
that's true, eh? But let me see if I could fit this thing back over here. I don't know why you can't keep quiet, Louis? It's too low down?
No, hold hands.
Let me hold hands now, but let me hold your left hand with my right hand,
Yeah.
right? So I could keep that out of the way of the microphone.
You're really handpicked, boy.
But listen to me, girls. So, what is a henpecked man? Boy, I was trying to figure it out.
You Google it out.
Yeah, Google the thing, and here what they say: a henpecked man is one who is continually criticized. No, I would say.
By whose wife?
Hold on. Let me dissect this thing a little bit. A henpecked man is one who is continually criticized. I can't say that you have been criticizing me. No. You might give me a little counsel on something. You might give me a little advice on something, and that is important to us. Okay.
But that's teamwork.
That's teamwork.
Yeah.
He's one who is given orders by one's wife or female partner. He's usually frightened by the woman, especially his wife. Now, I can't say that I ever wake up one morning, noon or night, frightened of you.
Well, I would hate to think so, darling.
With a face like yours, girl, I can't be frightened.
Well, then, I'll have to get your head examined if you afraid me, boy.
That is terrible. But I want to ask a question now. I don't like lasagna, you know. I want to ask a question. Can a henpecked man really perform in the workplace if he's really governed by a wife? Now, I'm asking you this. I'm not asking you to give names, but maybe you could give me an idea if you ever knew of any henpecked man in the working world who couldn't perform because of being constantly criticized, constantly challenged, constantly told he's a dummy, constantly, stamped down
by his wife.
By his wife, or maybe even his partner. Have you ever met such a person? Do you feel a person like that could perform in the working world, in the community?
There was a guy that was pretty nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I can't say that he didn't perform well. He didn't work in the same department with me. But I knew he was a kind of nervous kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was alleged that his wife controlled him.
Mm.
Well, all those years ago, I'm talking about my early working life.
Right.
I don't recall the word henpecked.
Uh-huh.
They didn't say he was henpecked. They say he was ruled.
What's that?
He was ruled by his wife.
Ruled by his wife?
Yeah.
Well, is that tantamount to the same thing?
Well, I don't know. Well,
I would think that he...
Yeah, so maybe henpecked was a word they didn't know in those days.
That's kind of strange. Anyway, go ahead.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And seemingly, he was ruled by his mother too.
Okay.
So he didn't operate with confidence.
Right.
At least in my,
Your opinion.
in my opinion, he lacked confidence.
Okay.
He was my friend, He was the guy that bring me to see you, boy, in Cora.
Oh my. Okay.
So, I asked him a favor, and I say, I have a little friend in Cora, not feeling so well.
But he was a very decent man.
Very decent man.
So that could be a misinterpretation also?
Yes, he was a very polite fella.
Polite, decent man. He did you a great favor. He brought you into my life, you could say.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wouldn't call him a henpecked man at all.
I know you'll have to say, that man picked you out for me.
That man, yes, he escorted you into the hills of Cora. That was nice of you, though. You sought me out, and that was good.
Yeah.
I remember the spot along the way to the carcass when you asked me to marry you. You never tell people that one, eh? That you proposed to me, Yeah, that was challenging, eh? This is alright. I accepted your proposal.
Oh, God, you make me weak, man. I can't even talk.
Nevertheless. Go ahead. So, yeah, performance.
Yeah, but the people did mention that his wife controlled him, and things like that, you know.
Mm.
Well, if his wife controlled him, I don't know how come he was able to carry me and carry me Cora.
No, the man wasn't controlling you. The man was a decent man. Yeah. So move on about, anybody else you could think about? I will tell you something. You know Samuel Selvon. I enjoy reading his book,
Yeah.
But he talks about a company run by the British during that era that he's writing about.
Yeah.
And there's a man here who has come and taken over the company on behalf of British interests.
Yeah.
You're not uncomfortable?
But why you really bring me in the washroom?
No, because when I finish here, I want you to see me washing your clothes and my clothes. And I want to ascertain whether, you feel that because I washing your clothes and washing my clothes, Nancy just looking like you henpecked. Well, you're uncomfortable?
I don't like to sit down too long on hard bench on my stool.
No, it's all right, man. You can stand up if you want, I ain't going to see your face, but you can stand up.
Yeah. Nice.
Take a 5 1. Take a 5 1, stand up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What's your little microphone?
Yeah.
We ain't get used to this
So,
thing.
so what do you want me to tell you if you henpeck or not? Well, what is your real mission?
The mission is
You
to
want
talk.
submission?
No, we come in also to the men too, we come in also to women too,
Yeah.
Now, they talk also about a man controlling his wife, right? That's a coercive control, and it's a form of domestic abuse of an intimate partner that leads to violence, eroding a woman's autonomy and self-esteem. That is when the man is controlling his wife.
Well, that is a sad situation for
So
a
you
woman.
feel now, we're talking about the henpecked man, what about a man controlling his wife? You ever felt in any way stifled?
Yeah.
We're talking about marriage and whatnot. You talk about a man's wife, mother, might be, in this position, right?
Yeah.
But what about a man controlling his wife?
Well, that is, I would say that is a lot of times that is the situation. A lot of men totally control their wives. Like for instance, one of the things that I have noticed over the years, somebody called me and they said our friends, one of my female friends, our friend, called me and said, Louise, we're having a get-together on Friday night.
Right.
I'm calling to invite you and Lance. Off the bat, I will say, sure, we'll be there. But I have noticed over the years, and then I will come to you and I say, hey, Lancy, we were invited on Friday at so-and-so. They're having a dinner. It's her husband's birthday. So we have to be there for 7 o'clock. And that's it. But over the years, many times, if I invite someone across, they will tell me, well, I have to discuss it with my husband. And I will say, discuss going out by a friend? You should be able to talk for your husband. So that to me is a kind of control there. Because as husbands and wives, we should be able to speak for each other.
You think so?
Well, that is how, ever since we married, I always make plans for you.
You see that?
And I will say, Lance, we go in the Capras for the weekend. And you will just fit in. If you can't make it, you'll say, well, I can't make it this weekend because I have to do X, Y, and Z. But maybe the following weekend. But I wouldn't have to say, Lance, I would like to go down to Tikakas, or I want to go San Fernando. I say, Lance, I would like us to go Wednesday or Friday.
So it's something like a little teamwork going on here. Teamwork, right?
We are in this thing together. And I should be able to speak for you, or you should be able to speak for me. That, for instance, if somebody asks you for a ride, Lance, I want to get a ride into Port of Spain, and you had to tell them, well, I got to discuss it with Louise. I can understand you saying, well, I don't know if Louise have any plans for that day, but I will get back to you.
Okay.
Right? But to say you have to get permission from me if you could carry somebody, give somebody a ride, how many times you will just jump in your car and you say, I carry this person out to the main road. You never ask me.
Right.
You know, so to me, that is understanding, and that is 50-50. That's what we're talking about, 50-50.
But you don't take any ride out to the middle, no man, eh? Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I think people need to really be balanced. It's not about being macho, and it's not about being henpecked. People are in marriage. Marriage is a union, and that is why I always say 50-50, sometimes 60-40. Who get it 60, who get it 40, doesn't matter. But sometimes you have to step outside of the box.
Right.
You know? But to say that somebody's henpecked because they're helping their wife wash clothes, or, you know, long ago when women were not working, we came from that era. Our age group, our parents were home and your father was out working.
Right.
And it had woman work and man work. And it was a clear line. The wife had to cook, wash, iron, see about the children. The husband going to work. When he come home, he'd cock up his foot, he read his newspaper, or the wife had the food on the table for him, and he get the best piece of meat and thing. That was a long time. Right? But when women are working and working equally hard as a man, it had nothing about, you know, man work and woman work, otherwise woman will be doing all the work. Because when she come home, she have to cook, she have to clean the house, she have to see about the children, and both of us out there working. So there was nothing, there had to be a shift for people to work around the situation whereby we both coming home hungry, we both coming home tired. Well, I mean, I know now modern people, you stop and you buy something to eat. Many people buy food, then they go home, they pass by Kentucky and that is dinner. But if it is you come from a home and you continue to cook at home and so, while I cooking, you have to help do something. That's not, doesn't make you henpecked. If you're washing the dishes while your wife cooking, that is not henpecked.
Right.
But the tradition of long ago, when a man help his wife, it is felt he henpecked.
Yes. Which is an error, eh?
It's an error because you know how nice it is to be in a kitchen together while you cooking, your husband washing up the dishes, or wiping down the counter, or clearing your mess. I mean, after I finish cook, after I make my hurricane, I have to turn around now and clean up all of that.
When you make a hurricane, I need a typhoon. I need a typhoon to clear it up, you know. But listen, I always say one person can't do everything.
No.
You know? And I have not starved and you have not been wearied. So
right.
it is reasonable. Now, I have seen in my old home, my brothers helping their wives.
Yeah.
I have seen it. I've seen my sisters taking care of their husbands. Right?
Yeah.
So as you say, we came from that era where we share.
Yeah.
It's about sharing, eh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sharing our life.
Yeah.
Not just the humdrum, the responsibility is yours, and everything becomes more burdensome. You know.
You have to share because both of you working, and even if your wife at home, and you come home.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with help her to wash the dishes. You shouldn't be saying, well, you home all day, that's your portfolio.
Yes. I want to make a call to a certain gentleman, right? I want to make a call to a certain gentleman to ask him. Let me see.
Is he henpecked? He might be thinking about mine, you know.
Yeah, boy. Anyway, let me see how it's going.
What are you up to, boy?
Yeah, we
Yeah, me.
Hey, my friend, listen, don't call any names, don't say any names, but I'm doing a little video here about men who might be henpecked and women who are abused. What is your take as a young person, helping your wife? You would say that it could be viewed as being henpecked?
No.
What would your take be?
Boy, I think it's just about really getting things done. Wherever you're a unit working together.
Uh-huh.
You might have different rules in the house. You might settle down into different rules, right? The person typically might do the cooking. I might see about things with regards to the yard. But it don't mean if I come inside and it has some ways to wash. Is this about getting it done? I don't really want to associate, even though it might be easy to do so, to associate different rules in the house and say, well, you just wash the ways, you just cook, you just do that. I don't think it's wise. Is that we are a unit working together to live better, to live in a clean environment, and whatever has to happen for it to accomplish that is just about doing it and getting it done.
Boy, I am so grateful that I called you because you sound just like your father.
Well, boy, this is Lance and Louis' son you're talking to?
Yes, boy.
Well trained, boy. Well trained by the old people.
All right. Well, thanks a million, brother.
Okay, cool.
Good. Wait, sir. That song like me there, boy.
Yeah. Well, call somebody else because you could be biased,
Okay.
That's your son.
All right. Hold on.
I feel you must tell your son what to say.
No. I tell him don't call no names, but he's such an honest fella that he had to blurt it out, right?
Yeah.
So let me call another friend, right? Let me call a man here.
What about Key?
Hold on a second there. Yes. If this man's wife answer, I will
Accept.
yeah, we go see, right?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Don't give me a name. I just calling to ask you something. I'm doing a video, but I want an opinion on something. Okay? You listen? No. It's not a laughing matter. Would you say that a man who helps his wife, whether it be washing clothes or dishes or sweeping or mopping, that you will consider him henpecked?
No.
What would you say?
What should I say? Cooperative, loving, caring, understanding. Because a housewife's work is not easy. And it's only when they reach the stage where they have to do it, they know how hard some women work during the day.
Very good.
Especially when children are involved. So I wouldn't say that. I don't know where they get the idea. Maybe it's from the old time days with the Vikings that, men, this male, macho kind of thing. But I don't think so.
Right.
I think a husband or a man helping a woman shows a level of loving and caring and understanding. I see so. I don't know.
Yeah, I support what you say. I really do support what you say. And I want to thank you for the comment, right?
Okay, dear.
All right, darling. Thank you.
Okay.
One more call I'm going to make.
You have to talk to a man now.
I want to talk to a man, right? So let me see what's going to happen here now with this call. No, you can't do that. Nah, you can't do that, man. This is getting exciting, It's getting exciting, to be able to feel out people is important, eh? Shh. There's a way, Good day. Now, you know who calling you, so don't give any names, but I just want a comment from you, okay? A man who helps out in the house, do you think that he must be considered henpecked if he's helping out in the house? Don't call any names, just give me your opinion.
No, he must call what?
you believe that he should be considered henpecked if he help you to sweep, if he help you to wash the dishes, or if he help you to do anything?
He just come to do something, do a job or something.
You consider that just coming to do a job?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about the affection in the doing of the job? I know you're a frank talker, go ahead.
Okay, so what do you want them to do? To be close, small to all there, that you can come in as you want?
No. He's not bribing his way into anything. He is just a man helping out his wife.
No, but some of them just feel when they come to help, they just feel them as come like a family. That is how people just think.
Okay. You mean to say he taking too much liberties after that?
Yes.
So you could come home late when you want and all of that?
You could come when you want, and you could leave when you want, and you could...
So let me ask you. So then you would be very suspicious if he says, "Let me help you wash the dishes." You figure he up to something.
Yeah.
Now, huh?
You have to be careful. You have to like the person, but you can't give him too much length. You have to get a measure foot.
All right. So is the gentleman nearby?
Which gentleman, Mr. Griffith?
No, I tell you, don't call no names. You're doing the same thing, man. Don't call any names. Anyway.
Nearby you.
Huh?
Yes, Mr. Griffith. Yeah, he's nearby, and then he called him again.
Yes. That's just Louis laughing in the background here because we're doing a little video on men who are considered henpecked. You see?
Oh,
Yes. So tell him don't call any names. I want no names, right?
just talk to him, tell the person don't call your name, but he might recognize your voice.
That's okay.
Okay. And I just give him lunch. He might tell you eating.
All right. Well, then I'll call again some other time to get an update. But thanks again, eh?
Okay, darling.
All right, great. Well, Louise, there we have it. Yeah, there we have it. You understand? So
you get two women.
yes, I get two women.
Well, when you see that, she is suspicious of him helping because he was never accustomed helping. Because if your husband...
You don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Let the people make their comment without you saying anything. Remember, I tell you, the third person who get it wrong. Wait, I have something there for you because I suspected that you might get up into a little coughing fit, But so, I'll keep a little... Oh, I know I'll do it itself.
What is?
A little kind of ginger sweet. But try not to go for it. If possible.
Right. So what else?
Now, what about when a man is controlled by his mother? Is that a disservice that she's been doing all these years to him? That a man, when he's controlled by his mother, and she wants him she wants him to take sides as they were growing older, and then he gets married, and she still wants to have that big control over his life. You think he could end up as a person with a character problem?
Well, it's kind of difficult to see because what may be considered now I'm not sure if we're on the same page. But sometimes if a mother and a son has a good relationship and he gets married and he may be so accustomed to discuss things with his mother, a wife could think maybe your mother controlling you still, you're married and your mother controlling you. So while maybe it's not a controlling mother, but it's just a mother and son had a close relationship. And over the years, they are friends. So when a wife comes into the picture now and the mother and the son continue with the relationship, it could be that your mother controlling you, you're married and your mother controlling you. So there is that aspect. And, well, if it is really a controlling mother, well, it will have problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because the man would be confused. He won't know who to listen to. You know, because your wife saying one thing and your mother saying something else. Your wife want to buy a Datsun vehicle, and your mother telling you, boy, buy a Toyota. Toyota is the best. We always had Toyota. Where you going
So that
to buy?
influence is strong.
That influence is strong.
Yeah.
Because that is control.
So then you figure that if as they get married, now this young man gets married, and he has his home and he has his thing, he might not be too independent. He might still have to consult her rather than the wife on certain moves that they have to make.
Well, rightfully so.
I don't know if it's rightfully so. What I'm saying is that he has gotten so used to being dependent on her,
On his mother.
conditioned to be dependent on her, that he cannot make a move of his own to do something, a decision between the wife and the husband. That he has to look for that maternal influence to make a decision.
Well,
Now remember, you didn't have parents, eh? So
yeah.
whatever we did it as a team.
Yeah,
Whatever we acquired it as a team.
yeah.
But supposing you had a father who was alive still and he was dominant in your he was in your life, right? Maybe that is why it is good for young people, really, when they get married, to make a nest for the future on their own.
Yeah.
I like what one of my children has said once. I say, Lasana, to be specific, keep thy foot from thy neighbor's house too often, lest he become wearied of thee. Now a phone call every day could be a wearisome thing too. People need the space to grow,
Yeah.
right? I would say that when we got married and we went to Cora pretty often, it was still that we weren't dependent on them up there, but we were happy to visit. And when I went to Ikakas, it was a joy to also go down there.
Yeah.
But we weren't going down there to be an influence, wherever,
To be influenced.
or to be a big influence on their lives. But we kept a connection,
Yeah.
which was important, right? Okay, I was thinking about recently too, when my sister's husband died, and you felt that we should go to Canada to be present with my sister who's lost her husband. For support, while your sister was very ill or terminally ill, and told you, Louis, go ahead, I'll still be here when you get back, right? And you were able to support me. You got on our plane with me. We went to Canada together. We saw the individual through a sorrowful time, and I want to tell you now publicly that I'm grateful that you really supported me. You had I know you will give me a handshake for that, but I want a little more than that, right? Right? You did something that was great. You didn't have to turn around and say, hey, should I really go? Go to the next one, go to the next one. No. We were a team, and you were able to say, I am going with Lance. He needs his support. You've always been that way, eh?
Yeah.
A husband needs to appreciate a wife like that. Right? And unlike our last caller there, she's a little, suspicious of the kindness that her husband might be doing.
Yeah.
Right?
He up to something, boy.
He up to something. But I'll tell you, the gentleman she's talking about is a wonderful man too, eh? The gentleman she is married to is a wonderful friend of ours.
Well, he must be to make movements.
I don't know if he makes movements. Right? But he is a wonderful man. And he is I've had good friendship with him. And I know he loves his wife. So I think that
Well, I hope after all of this discussion that you no longer think you're henpecked.
No.
And that you will cook again. I will enjoy that food, you know.
Yes, girl.
Yeah.
Somebody say.
Lead from the outside.
Yeah, boy. Somebody say how Louis calling the shots from the outside. You know. But we mind, you know, we back broad, eh?
They say,
back broad.
They say, Lancelot, a successful marriage is a marriage where the woman lead from behind. From behind, she's not in front.
Yeah, it's true.
A successful marriage is when the woman lead from behind. She's behind you.
But gently, leading gently, eh?
You don't even know you're being led.
Imagine that you confessing this right now? You confessing all of this right now? My goodness. And then again, let me think about it. It's so important, really, that this question of teamwork in a marriage obtains, because when you have little children or when you have youngsters in the mix, and they are seeing this happening,
they learn by influence.
Oh gosh, mommy.
Yeah. Whatever you do.
I call him mommy now. People will say, look, I already pedal and you're
calling
your mommy. You're calling your mommy now, right?
You're right, I'm
well, all the children know that you call me daddy and I call you mommy, right? We used to call my old man father and mother. That's been very English, eh? Father and mother, Jane and Jane Austen and all of them.
You all belong to a genteel clan of it.
Well,
hardly anybody ever say mother and father. You know that belong to hierarchies.
What you gonna say, mama and papa?
Mama and papa, boy. Mother and father.
Mother and father.
Mama.
Anyway, Louise, what's the last thing we're talking about here? Children. You have to protect your children.
Not handpicked, but handpicked.
Not henpecked, but handpicked. Appreciate that.
Hush, I want one time, you know.
And do you know, we met that lady later on when we traveled, and that lady had to change her opinion because she saw between us that there was a teamwork. It didn't matter that we were spending time in a foreign country, in her country, but she saw that we were the same there as when she was here, right? So to end this thing, let me continue with a little bit of washing that you tell me how to do. And wait a minute, there's no water and thing in this. And where the soap?
But Nancy, so I had to, I might as well have washed the clothes. If I had to put the soap for you in and everything else.
I feel you better wash the clothes, yes. Anyway, folks, we want to shout out to, did we start that? To Kumar and Lisa from Samoa.
Yes.
Yeah, they called a while ago, and we appreciate every one of you who, look at our channel. We're no big YouTubers, but we have little antiquated systems going on here, but we enjoy ourselves, and that's the important thing, to enjoy ourselves, right?
And bringing some joy to you all, and some little slight advice in between. Read between the lines.
Okay, thank you very much.